name is Terry Kerouac. I'm the founder of Shine.Online, your ultimate health and wellness directory, where you can search for your particular problem or issue and find all the practitioners who specialize in addressing it. Today, we have one such amazing practitioner with us. Nicole DeAvilla is a serial entrepreneur, thought leader in health, wellness, and spirituality, known for integrating yogic wisdom, business strategy, and AI innovation to help individuals and businesses thrive. As a best-selling author, yoga therapist, and chakra reader, she has spent decades guiding people towards lasting success, happiness, and holistic well-being. Nicole is the founder of Live Longer, Happier and Nicole DeAvilla International, where she helps conscious entrepreneurs and professionals grow their businesses with sustainable, heart-centered strategies, whether through coaching, community, or cutting-edge AI tools. Nicole empowers her clients to meditate, manifest, and monetize their dreams. Wow, that's amazing. Meditate, manifest, and monetize your dreams. I think that any business professional or wellness practitioner would really resonate with that. Hi, Nicole, and welcome today.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry, for that very warm welcome. I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. And it's such an honor to have you on with us today. And it seems like you have such a wealth of knowledge and inspiration and background and experience. Can you tell us a little bit about what got you into this field?
Since 1984, I've been helping other people. Started as a yoga teacher, moved quickly into yoga therapy, their healing modalities, and always loved to write. And finally, in 2012, I had the opportunity to write my best-selling book, The 2-Minute Yoga Solution, Fast and Easy Stress and Back Pain Relief for Anyone at Any Time. And I was kind of the right place at the right time, and my publisher got myself and a couple other people who were writing and having their books published at the same time in with the second version of the Ricky Lake Show. And that was right when social media was just getting started, and not everybody was on social media, and it was definitely not a part of the media. And so I jumped in there. I was their wellness expert on their online community, and learned social media from people who that was their business and their life. So I have, my social media friends, family, followers, fellow authors seeing me and saying, "Wow, how did you get that best-selling book? How are you doing that online? How, show me, teach me." And that's been a theme for my life is I learn things and then people say like, "Now show me." So I did, but at first it was just more of a side gig. But I really feel now that with all my decades of experience, I'm really better off, if I really want to make more impact in the world, of taking all these years of experience and working and helping other people. So as part of that journey, naturally, I'm like, okay, I'm helping other people. Let me train myself more. And I trained and I trained and I trained. And all of a sudden, my business was getting worse and worse and worse. So that was like a real head scratcher. What's going on? I know more. I'm like doing it better, that it's not working better. It's working worse. So I did a lot of inner reflection and just kind of was trying to figure it out and starting to come to some realizations. I did a strengths test that was helpful, kind of learning what my strengths were and kind of leaning into that and using some of that verbiage. And then in 1 week, I had 5 different people say, "Have you heard of human design? Would you like a human design reading?" So it's like, "Okay, universe, I'll get a human design reading." And I found out that I'm what's called a projector, and that for projectors, we are 20% of the people whom traditional marking does not work for. Kind of think a lot of healers, it's probably more than 20% of healers.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, yeah, in that category. So that was a real eye opener. So I've had to I still think it's valuable because I help other people to know what's working, and it's valuable kind of to know what the current best practices are and what's kind of going on, but really diving in and tailoring it to the individual. That's what I did for myself. And now things are moving back up in the right direction for me. So it's just like in my yoga therapy practice, how I do very focused intakes and really individualize. It's not a one size fits all. I've taken that same skill and brought that into the business of helping others with their business because I can only see so many people, even in a group class, right? So I want all of the other healers, conscious entrepreneurs, all the other business people who are doing good in the world to serve more people.
So that's amazing. And I'm just really curious, what kind of help specifically do you offer? Is it mostly social media or do you get into financial planning and business planning? There's a big scope there for helping people. What specifically do you help with?
Right, right. So I'm not a financial planner, but I do at first started out really like with the social media, but social media is just a piece of your marketing. And then when I got to learn about AI and trained and certified in AI, kind of the same thing, how we use AI for our business is just one piece of it. So I like to bring in the marketing, the basic business plan, the marketing plan, and show how it all ties together. Because some people, it's like, okay, I'm crushing it on social media, but I'm not getting sales or it's not being effective in helping my bottom line. So we have to look, well, what are you doing with all those fans? What are you doing with all that engagement? And really make a plan. And it might be fewer fans and fewer engagement leads to better results if you've got the plan all figured out. So the three pillars are making social media work for you, make AI work for you, tie it all together, make marketing work for you. And then I also offer, if people are needing an online platform and, other things or coaching, but those are the three pillars that are kind of foundational in just ongoing running your business.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, do you specialize in helping people from a certain industry or it's any industry that you work with?
Yeah, I've found some tendencies, but it's kind of more the person than the industry. So, yes, I have a lot of yoga therapists and yoga teachers, and other wellness practitioners because that's where I came from. I've been in my community. But like I said, I work with other authors. I met other authors and they're talking about all different kinds of things. I tend to work more with authors who are writing nonfiction because they're out there helping people, whether it's helping them with their finances or their business or or to feel better, whatever it is. So that's kind of led me out. And what I've really found is that more than the industry, it's somebody who's either has a business and I work more with solopreneurs or small teams, like 12 and under small business. And maybe they're stuck. They're just like either, I need more money to really pay the bills or I need more money to scale. I have a message. I want to reach more people. So they're feeling a little stuck. Or a lot of people I get too were in corporate, very successful in corporate and just deciding this isn't for me. I have a different message. I need to get out there and help and be a part of the world in a different way. So they understand the corporate world, but they don't really understand how to run their business as a small business. Because some people will come in, they're like, trying to emulate the marketing department from the big business they work for, and it doesn't work. It's not the same. So I would say it's those types of people, more people in kind of the healing fields, but that's why we say conscious entrepreneur, somebody who's out there with services and products that are uplifting the planet.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And I think right now we are seeing um, a, a massive transition. I speak to so many people in the health and wellness field specifically who used to be in corporate or used to have jobs for big companies, and that's not their mission. That's not their life purpose. And they had the courage to kind of stop what they were doing and shift and completely start from scratch a new business, and I can relate to that just so that they can follow their calling and their passion. And I think that you seem like a perfect person to connect with to help people with that transition, understanding what works as a small business.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly right. That the other thing that is one of my superpowers is, besides just the analytical, like telling me what's going on sort of thing, is that I tune into people's energy. I turn into the energy of a situation. And I mean, I can read chakras, so I definitely can tune into energy, right? So I'm able to really personalize, not just you do this technique or that technique, or just like just stop all the this, that, and the other things and focus on this one, two, or three things. That's what's going to move you forward. That's what's going to be your next best step. Like I said, I know the formulas, they're out there, but for many of us, that doesn't work.
Wow. Now, how do you offer this? What does that look like? What kind of is it individual coaching or a program? What specifically do you offer to help people?
So I do offer individual coaching, and I also though have some programs that the group aspect kind of adds an extra dimension for a couple of different reasons I can mention. But they're offered, and I do things in person as well as online. But these core programs I'm talking about are online, and we meet once a week, but not the last week of the month. Because we need time to integrate. We need time to just let it soak in or to implement it. I'm the last person who wants to just feed you information and add to your to-do list. So we have the online meetings and we record them so that if you can't make it, you can even ask me a question. You'll know what the topic is. But I also have what I call the lotus seat. And the lotus seat is my version of a hot seat. But my lotus seat is beautiful and comfortable and luxurious, and you could breathe in that seat. So it's not so uncomfortable, but you get some one-on-one time from me and the group feedback as well. Because sometimes they're seeing it from another vantage point that I don't see. And it also just helps us to speak in front of others. And sometimes I'll even say, hey, hey, Terry, or hey, hey, so and so, you know, come up and you take the camera and you explain what you do. We all want to hear it so that, again, I'm not just saying, go home and practice in front of a mirror, right? To me, but practice does help, right? So, so I give people an opportunity to practice. Sometimes I give a workbook and I will pause and I'll say, okay, now fill it out, write it. I don't want this to be your to-do list that never gets done. And then watch the recording and pause as long as you need to, or come back and work on it. But I get people started. I get the ball rolling. We have an online community. So if there's any questions in between, we can work on them right there. We can support each other. Sometimes I'll post, hey, new change on Facebook. I don't even keep up on all of them. I just try to curate the most important ones that are happening, or whatever it might be. So we develops a community feel as well.
That's amazing. Wow. What's been the experience with people who've worked with you?
So the experience that I get the most feedback from, or that I see, is number one, kind of like relief and more grounded. And people can see the possibility to start with. So like I had this one private client who I'm continuing to see over the years, and I stick with them as they develop and process and mature. And like this one client said how much they are able to feel and own their self-worth.
Wow, that's amazing.
I have so many people I work with who are always chasing new credentials, new degrees, new certifications, and they are brilliant. They have so much knowledge, they have so much to give, but they need that outside validation. They're not secure in themselves. So that's one of the things that I do. The other thing is, when you have a business, even there's like, again, the to-do list and the shoulds. I try not to ever should or let anybody else say in our group, "You should do this." You feel like you've been should on, right? So, really helping people say, "Okay, where are you now? What's your biggest concern right now? What's your most immediate goal?" So, we do big picture planning, we do 5-year planning, we do all those things. So we have our mission, our purpose, our big ideas grounded in us. But then, okay, so now what are the 1 to 3 things to focus on today, this week, right now, and forget about all the rest. They'll be there waiting for you. There will be a time to work on those things. But if we're just like doing a little here, doing a little there, or getting so frazzled, we just are spinning our wheels, feeling like we're working really hard and we're sweating it out or staying up late, but we're not really being productive. So that's the other thing that I help people with. I'm also, as a visionary, always seem to be a few steps ahead, like with the social media, with other technology, with the AI. And I had one client who, private client, he has very high-end clientele. And so they travel a lot, both for work and for pleasure. So that would mean his income would, because at that point he was just seeing everybody live in person, and it really would affect his income, especially like in the summertime when a lot of people are taking off. So I was like, well, they probably wanna keep doing their yoga therapy, their fitness, while they're on the road. They could do that in their motel room, right, or their hotel room. Well, yeah, and he was very reluctant to learn how to do online with his clients, but I gently persisted, and finally, he did it with one client, and it was amazing. So he started doing it with other clients. So then when the pandemic hit, he's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna," he just all his clients, "Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Well, I'm gonna set you up online." He even went because he had some older clients, he went to their home and set up their computer for them and got
Wow.
everything all placed correctly.
And it was an easy pivot because he was ready.
Exactly, so that was just seamless for him, and he just said, "I see all my colleagues just scrambling." And then just a couple of other things I've seen is, like, some people have gone through, like, the social media training, and I look at their accounts, it was like, "Oh my," they just, like, took off, and sometimes they've hired either, like, a young person, a lot of young people would be like, "I'll take care of your social media." It's like, I've been doing it since birth almost. But they're not necessarily the strategists
Yeah.
or really know. Yeah, it's like I hired somebody and she's like, "I don't know why the posts have been that I've been doing are kinda down this week," and I'm like, "Okay, I know that." If you've been paying attention, it's a so anyway, if you know what's going on and you know what you want, you can tell the young person or you can tell a marketing agency, a social media marketing agency, exactly what you want, and they can't say, "Oh, no, we can't that can't be done," when you know you can do it, and you're just managing your time and having somebody else help you polish it, get it out there, and keep going. So that's the other thing about kind of, when you're starting out and you're starting small, learn the things. I'm not saying do all the things. In fact, I really encourage people to hire a virtual assistant, hire as soon as you can. Hire a house cleaner, whatever it is that frees up your time so that you can be more in your genius zone. But understand it, and then you can communicate better to the people that you hire.
Wow, that's amazing. You're such a wealth of information and it's practical information. It's relevant, actionable information that people can use to have a direct impact on their business. Would you have some tips that could help people?
Yeah, yeah. So, um, one of the things is I think it's real important to your self-care. Keep your energy high. Your self-care is so important. So that's number 1. Take care of yourself. Put the oxygen mask on you first. Because if you want to go and help and serve and have all these clients, you have to be able to sustain what you're doing and do it for the long run. And we can get those mental blocks. So, in just all my programs, we do things that are affirmation like, that are mindset training and stuff. But as number 2, if you really want deep transformation, you need to do the deep transformational work so that you're really not only clearing the way for success, but you're knowing how to invite it in. And when things line up, it doesn't mean you don't work hard. It's like this one woman that a colleague, she's opening up a new space and was saying like, it's been really hard. Look, I even smashed my finger doing it, but I'm so excited about what I'm doing and things are falling into place. And that's what we want is that alignment. And I'm just dialed in. I'm taking care of myself. I'm sleeping more. I'm meditating more. I'm being more in tune. So that's even tip number 3. Do what you need to do to be in tune with your higher source. For me, it's sleep more. Somebody might be sleep less, but me, it's sleep more, meditate more, and be in a tune with my higher source.
So, Nicole, can you share with us any projects or special things you've got ready to share with the world?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So, this new program is based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. He wrote Autobiography of a Yogi. And his direct disciples, one of my teachers, studied under a couple of his direct disciples, he wrote the book, Material Success Through Yoga Principles. And actually, it's more of a workbook and was only available if you took a course through his organization. And now it's been released as a book. I'm trained on it. And so anybody can get that book. And I'm offering Material Success Through Yoga Principles activation. So we're not just going to read and get more stuff in our head. We're not going to say a few affirmations and hope it's different tomorrow. We're going to do the deep work that really changes, that really activates us. And you're going to feel supported in it so that you're going to feel more of this ease. You're going to feel in alignment with what you do. Doesn't mean easy, but it should bring more ease into what you do.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Well, that's exciting. When is this program starting?
It's starting next month, March 13th. It's right around the corner. It's a 9-month program. And so this program's coming together in a really beautiful way. And I just can't wait to share it with people because we're going through a rocky time right now and we all need to shine our light brighter. I love that this is Shine.Online because the world needs us to shine, shine, shine brightly and not sit back and wonder, okay, let me just maybe sit things out for a while and see what happens. No, you got to shine brightly.
Wow.
And this is a program that will light you up.
That's amazing. Wow. That's exciting. Now, if viewers are watching this beyond your start date, can they join at any time or they wait for the next cycle to start?
So I'm going to allow people to join. I may need a feel for it, but a little bit late because we're going to be meeting, I think, like 25 sessions. I can't remember offhand. So, but at a certain point, the rest of us will have gone deeply enough that I think it wouldn't work. But at least the next month to 6 weeks, I will definitely let people come on. And it feels like it's going to be an annual offering.
Oh, that's amazing. That sounds so exciting and so empowering, really tapping into secrets and nooks and crannies that typical business coaching doesn't cover. So I love the unique angle and perspective because so many of us know that business success is more than just, the building blocks of what we see on the outside, but they're very reflective of how we feel about ourselves and our mentality and our thoughts and our energy and feeling good and accepting our worth. All these things that you work on that are just so much the magical ingredients that go into that sauce of success. So I love that you are looking at that and helping solopreneurs address those secret sauce ingredients for success. That's amazing. Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yeah, I think along those lines, just to say, to just put it out there, we are going through dramatic times, but it's been predicted. So get back to the human design, back to Paramahansa Yogananda, if you've ever heard cycles of time, Dwapara Yuga, all that. We're moving into a positive age, an age of energy, an age where things are going to be more harmonious and less material, less dense is one way to, and more focused on the individual than on institutions. Now, What happens though is when we come from an old age to a new age, the old age is like, wait, I kind of like how I'm doing things. And there's a lot of conflict going on. So that's what's happening. But we're going to get to the other side of that conflict. However, we can right now, today, tune into the positive energy of this time. So we can tune into the other stuff, and I advise you not to. Be informed, be knowledgeable. But let's tune into the positive aspects of Dwapara Yuga, the age of energy, where we as individuals are more owning our own power, learning how to heal and to really help more people reach out. And so it behooves us to be these shining lights now more than ever. So right now, if you choose to just stay still, not even tread water, but just stay still, you float on down and you get carried away, and it's not so great. So we can choose to be a beacon, a shining light, a life support, a raft. And that helps so many people. When we're helping so many people in an intentional way, when we've released our money blocks so that we're also receiving for the energy that we put out, then our business is profitable. Our business brings ease into our lives, and we become a better with our business. And the more solid the foundation of our business is, the more we can serve. The more not only people, but each individual person who comes to us, when I'm in line and just drawing in source energy that has no limits, I'm not going to be, the last person of the day is not getting quite as much from me, but I'm still going to give it my best, right? But we are focused, and it's needed. And I just want you to know, if you're watching this, I know something about you already, that you're here at the end, and I believe in you. I totally believe in you, and you can do this. And when we do it together, and all the boats rise together as the water rises together. So that's my hope for you, is that we all come together, and that my hope is that your light becomes a beacon of light in this time.
Wow. That is amazing. I've got chills. This is so exciting. Thank you, Nicole. I think what you're offering right now is truly unique and really needed at this time in evolution. We've talked about the age of Aquarius and and Kali Yuga and all of these things of the bad, the transition from an age of struggle to an age of ease, an age of darkness to an age of light. And we're in that transition, and we've been talking about this coming, like you say, since the Age of Aquarius song in the 60s. We've been looking forward to this, right? And we're here now. And what you're offering is helping solopreneurs and people who have now been directed to follow their calling. And there's a reason people are leaving their jobs, their corporate jobs, to follow their calling, is because their light is needed at this time. And that's what you're helping people pursue, is their light. So that is fantastic. Thank you so much for meeting with us today. And what I'd like to say to all of the viewers is, I'd like to invite you to share in the comments how you are sharing your light. What is the special way that you are sharing your light to create more light in this world and to ease the transition? How are you following your purpose? So make sure to write in the comments how you're doing that, and make sure to contact Nicole via her Shine.Online profile. We will link her direct profile page in the description box. And so if you have any questions about Nicole and what she does and how she can help you, you can click on that link to connect with her directly. Thank you so much, Nicole, for taking the time with us today. It was a pleasure and an honor to get to know you more.
Thank you for this opportunity, and I can't wait to read what everybody writes about how they're shining their light brighter. So thank you.